Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Wednesday, the 20th of August 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. Just going to go through some posts on my own feed because, as they say, it's fine when it's not really. BSV Association now says running Terranode. This is massively exciting. Got a post here from Rafael Laverdi talking about Justin Bones, going on about Satoshi being a BSV supporter. Tony SV says 2 months left to accumulate. Oh, good guess. And again, more FUD in the market. This guy saying, oh, BSV just died like it died for real. Yeah, well, just because a line goes off a cliff. What, you think that line's correct? Well, look, you just simply cross-reference it with BitInfo charts, what's on chain, hash rate's fine. It's CoinDance that's wrong, but they'll use anything to spread FUDs. Got a post here from CryptoAsh about the markets. Same, there's a bit of a post here on Wall Street. One of my little posts that will go over. It looks like it says Novak Djokovic considers fleeing Serbia after being targeted by government in free speech row. Honestly, the tyranny that's coming in is insane. We'll have a quick look at the figures. Got some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then we'll finish with the Calendar countdown. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terranode, you'll surely see.
Here we go, rock and roll. So we'll just have a look at this one. So Whale Insider said, just in, ARK 21Shares sells 559.85 BTC worth 64.4 million. Look at that, 64.4 million. So I've put in there, yeah, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing to see here. They're just, selling multiple millions of dollars worth of that shitcoin. What could possibly be wrong? What could honestly be wrong when they're selling 64 million? Obviously made profits. Just time to cash in, I guess. Another one here to say, look, it's fine. Breaking, BlackRock just dumped $548 million worth of BTC. They said, what the actual F? So there's another one, yeah. It's fine. Nothing to see here. Move on. All going well. No problems. Whatever. I'm pretty sure there was another one as well worth looking at that I might have spotted. Around here somewhere. Just before that Kathy Wood post. Oh, great. And now I can't find it. But anyway, so my point is, you've got both. Rod replies. You've got both Kathy Wood and who was that last one? BlackRock dumping BTC. What could possibly be wrong? Oh yeah, this was the other one I wanted to say. First, Zuckerberg changes the name of his company from Facebook to Meta, and now we have Terra Wolf Mining. Where did Terra Wolf Mining come from? Honestly, all they do is pinch names. Oh, MetaNet. Oh, we'll use the name Meta. Oh, Terranode. Oh, let's call it Terra Wolf. That's right. They're literally just making it look as though BSV is copying everything when it is the other way round. So they're saying that breaking $2 trillion Google just bought 530 million stake in Bitcoin miner Terra Wolf. Google is buying Bitcoin. No, they're not actually. They're just buying mining firms. But if they're buying mining firms, they might be ready to be mining BSV, the genuine Bitcoin, when Terranode comes on live, when Terranode goes live. Who knows? But yeah, there we go. That's my profile. BSV Association says running Terranode. So literally, what's this? Brandon says open source Terranode. Oh, is it? That would be massive if it is. Like we know it's coming. We know it's But at the moment, it's just being run on the testnet. But literally, when I think like when Gorilla Pool eventually switches over and they are literally solely running Terranode, that's going to be massive. Tau kind of like testing the waters at the moment because they've got Tau running SV Node and Terranode mining blocks. But I think when Gorilla Pool just goes, yeah, you know, we'll just simply use Terranode, that's it. That's when Tau comes on, and that's when I think it becomes open source. That's going to be absolutely massive. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what the Kellenschweller countdown is all about. Yes, indeed. Like, oh, that would be amazing. And Rafael Averdi says here, my pleasure. By the way, you are, what's this? 1,000, 10,000, 100,000% correct on this take. So this is maybe a link to Justin Bones' post here. Oh, so it looks like they've been chatting with one another. But in this post on the August 16th, so 4 days ago, Justin Bones has said here, there are some key differences between big block and small block philosophies. It is unmistakable on the spectrum of belief. Satoshi was closest to a modern BSV supporter, not even a moderate like myself, and the opposite of an extremist small blocker. This quote makes it undeniable. So this quote is from the July 28th, 2010. Or July 29th, 2010. So it looks like, if this is from Satoshi, Satoshi has written, the current system where every user is a network node is not the intended configuration for large scale. That would be like every user running their own NNTP server. The design supports letting users just be users. The more burden it is to run a node, the fewer nodes there will be. Those few nodes will be big server farms. The rest will be client nodes that only do transactions and don't generate, as in like don't generate blocks. See the Stack Machine thread. I outline how a payment processor could verify payments well enough, actually really well, more lower fraud rate than credit cards, in something like 10 seconds or less. If you don't believe me or don't get it, I don't have time to try to convince you. Sorry, that's where the classic line comes from. But yeah, look at that. Look at that. The design supports letting users just be users. The more burden it is to run a node, the fewer nodes there will be. The few nodes will be big server farms, massive, well-regulated farms, where literally all they do is just simply try and crack SHA-256 to find their block fee. That's it. He said the rest will be client nodes that only do transactions and don't generate. Yeah, so transactions, and he's saying here that when they're sort of generating or checking transactions, he says, I've outlined how payment processor could verify payments well enough, actually really well, lower fraud rate than credit cards, in something like 10 seconds or less. If you don't believe me or don't get it, I don't have time to try to convince you. Sorry. So that means like when you're waiting at a checkout. Well, again, I mean, Terranode will be instant confirmations anyway. Literally instant confirmations. But I mean, this was back in 2010, before, he had no idea what was going to happen in 2010. We're now 2025, like 15 years later. And Terranode has now just been built. Terranode was just a pipe dream. It was a hypothetical scenario, but now it's reality. It is huge. And as Light said, probably one of the biggest developments going in the world right now. Absolutely huge. So yeah, Justin Bones is spot on there. He said, and replying to Rafael Verdi, he said, thank you so much for correcting me yesterday. I really appreciate that you and that's Rafael in particular sent me straight on the issue. Spent the day today expanding on the piece and adding the nuance the topic deserves. Means a lot that it now meets your approval. Thank you. All right, good to see they're having a bit of a bromance there. That's good. Instead of going at each other. Tony BSV says 2 months left to accumulate. Oh, someone's getting excited. Is he jumping the gun? Is he blowing his load too early? But who knows? But anyway, I mean, like the prices. I mean, look at that. That is insane. $26 as we found out. The Winklevi, they started buying when it was $10. Yeah, and they're sort of legends in the space now. And it's just 26. I mean, it's absolutely crazy what's going on. But Tony's getting excited. 2 months left to accumulate. He might be right. Who knows? Who knows? And this shitcoiner just said, BSV just died. Like, for real, it just died. Yeah, alright, mate. Like, taking the figures from CoinDance there. So let's have a quick look at CoinDance. See where he's got those figures from. Oh, look at that. Look. Nodes and hash rate. Wait for this to come up. If it loads. Here we go. Switch to log charts. I can't really see the hash rate on that one because it's compared to the big dog. But any figures like this, particularly on CoinDance, who have a habit of like hiding the figures like they do on the in the pie charts, you just simply cross-reference with BitInfo charts. Look at that. No change in the hash rate at all. There we go. Look, 3 months. All time. Still pretty solid. Still pretty solid, but you can sort of like compare that to BCH. But yeah, nothing wrong with the hash rate at all. You can also see over on what's on chain by just simply clicking on hash rate, and that will show you the hash rate here. It's actually gone up a little bit there. There we go, 24 hours. Nothing wrong with the hash rate at all. Nothing to worry about. Ash Crypto says here, breaking FOMC, minutes on now out. Fed thinks inflation risk is higher than unemployment risk. It also thinks that tariffs impact could take some time. This is not bullish language. Let's wait for Friday's speech for more clarity on rate cuts and quantitative easing. Yeah, more counterfeiting and stuff. So it looks like the markets aren't doing all that well. And GC Cook says Wall Street's worst nightmare just became real. A $150 billion entity is buying more US debt than China and Japan combined. Zero leverage, 20% annual growth, completely unstoppable. The $2.4 trillion revolution nobody saw coming. Well, again, look, you have to understand, these central banks can print currency from nothing because fiat currency is complete fraud. It's securities fraud. So then they said, well, there's a $150 billion entity buying US debt, more than China and Japan combined. Well, these countries have central banks. It could be another country's central bank just simply buying up. We know that the whole world is run by the cabal. And literally all they want to do is destroy everything. So it'll just be the cabal, buying America's debt. And then they say, you're in debt to us and you owe us this. Blah, 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 blah. You're going to have to increase taxes to pay us back. All this crap, but people just can't see the fraud in it. It's insane. Talking about crap, I saw this on LNER trains earlier today. And I said here, just seen this BS headline, that's bullshit headline on LNER trains. The quote here was, airfares and food prices push up inflation by 3.8% in July. Honestly, I was absolutely livid at this. So I've again trying to fit it in with the limited amount of space I've got. I said inflation is the inflating of the currency supply that devalues it in relation to goods and services, etc. They must think we're so effing dumb because that's what inflation is. You're inflating the currency supply, which reduces its value against the cost of goods and services, but they're saying, it's the airfares going up and the food prices going up. No, it's because everything else has gone up because the currency in value has gone down. So what that should be is 3.8% counterfeiting by the central bank. That is exactly what it is, but they're never going to tell you that. I was livid. Airfares and food prices push up inflation. Give me a break. It's like the airfare. It's like the airfares and food prices are just simply going up on their own. That's right. It's farmers. It's farmers just simply hiking the price up. It's not at all, honestly. I'm absolutely livid. They must think we're so stupid. But check this out. So GB News says Novak Djokovic considers fleeing Serbia after being targeted by government in free speech row. I mean, good grief. Serbian authorities have launched a media offensive against tennis champion Novak Djokovic following his public backing of anti-government demonstrations that have swept across the nation. How about pro-constitutional demonstrations across the nation? That's what it's really about. I mean, they're actually going to target somebody like him that their country loves, that's won so many Grand Slams, one of the most successful tennis players of all time. It just simply goes to show you how corrupt everything is. Anyway, let's have a look at the figures just quickly. It looks at that. So the price was pushed down and then boom, bounced back up again. And it's continuing along. But look at that. What a time to pick that stuff up. Like, whoa. Literally historic all-time lows. Crazy lows is what we're talking about. Crazy low. I wonder if they haven't. It's a shame they haven't actually got all-time low. They've got all-time high, but it would be interesting to see the all-time low. It's got to be around here. I think the lowest I've seen is probably $22. $22, like absolutely insane. But I mean, what a time to be witnessing that. They're saying that CoinDCX and Huobi have got the largest 24-hour trade volumes, supposedly, allegedly. Right, let's get to some 365 days of Bitcoin history. On the 20th of August 2008, Dr. Wright, under the pseudonym Satoshi, wrote to Adam Back asking for confirmation of correct citation for inclusion in the Bitcoin white paper. And this was it. Look, here we go, 20th of August 2008, from Satoshi at anonymousspeech.com, and we know who logged into anonymousspeech.com. Citation for your Hashcash paper. I'm getting ready to release a paper that references your Hashcash paper, and I wanted to make sure I have the citation right. Here's what I have. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. That was the email. And then people think that Adam Back was emailing himself because, Adam Back is Satoshi Nakamoto. What an absolute load of crap that is. But yeah, I would say, again, now that we've seen the Craig logged into anonymousspeech.com and he's using Satoshi at anonymousspeech.com there as an email, I'd say he's Satoshi. That's what I'd say. Has he got double spacing after full stops here? Yeah, look, double spacing. Financial institution at double space. Another double space there. And we propose a solution to the double spending problem using peer-to-peer network. Another double space. There we go, look. To be changed without redoing the proof of work. Another double space. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Yeah, look, you can see them actually when you zoom out. See all the spaces are double spaces after full stop. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, let's go on with the Kellenschweller countdown. It is the 20th of August. There are 29 days left of the Kellenschweller countdown. What was it? Tone said 2 months left to accumulate. Yeah, I'd say, well, we might only have like 29 days. Like, who knows? Who knows? But like and subscribe. You're not going to want to miss any of the shenanigans that happens between now and then. It's going to be epic. So I hope you enjoyed the show. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.